Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and we're coming back to the March 21st, 2022 docket, and we're on YouTube. Who do we have first? It'll be Mr. Bravo. And I believe it's Jairo Javier Mireles, and he needs to unmute.
There you go. Sorry about
All right, yes, sir, there you go. State, is going to be a plea on all three cases?
Yes, Judge.
All three, okay. One, two, and three. And that'll be okay. A. Right, let's see here. Okay, Mr. Mireles, good afternoon, sir.
that.
Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. We got three cases here: two Class B misdemeanors and one Class A. CR 20-02-340D, Jairo Javier Mireles, Class B misdemeanor DWI. And then CR 20-044-33D, Jairo Mireles, Class B DWI. And in the third case, CR 20-04-432D, Jairo Javier Mireles, Class A, possession of a controlled substance. On the Class B misdemeanors, each case carries a potential penalty of up to 180 days in jail and not more than a $2,000 fine upon conviction. On the third case, Class A, that carries a potential penalty of up to a year in jail and not more than a $4,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that for each case, you're entitled to a jury trial, you're entitled to an appeal. Did you waive those two rights?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No.
You understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendations after you give your plea?
Yes, sir.
And what is your plea, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily on all three cases?
Yes, sir.
All right, state.
Yes, Judge. State offer plea document and offense report as stated with 1, notification and certification of defendant right of appeal as stated with 2, waiver of Article 39.14 disclosure as stated with 3, waiver of risk and need assessment as stated with 4. State would also request defense counsel to stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court and to also stipulate that evidence has been filed sufficient to cover plead guilty.
No objection, Your Honor.
Without objection, so admitted. It'll be the judgment of the court. The defendant is guilty as charged on all three cause numbers. Recommendations. Let's start with CR 20-02-340D. Yes, sir.
Yes, Judge. That will be the same with the other DWI also. The two DWI
Okay.
are the same.
All right.
Yes, Judge. The state recommend $250 fine, court costs, 180 days in Delaware County Jail, probate for 14 months, an alcohol course, a defensive driving, 7 months in the mobile alcohol monitoring device, 90 days Texas driver license mentioned, 20 commissioner's hours, and MAD impact panel.
MAD. Okay. And the same thing would be for CR 20-044-33D, right, sir?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, on this one, CR 20-044-33D, it'll be zero fine, zero court costs, no fees. And then no community hours, which is 20. Everything else will be the same as the other one. They're going to run concurrent. But no fine, no fees, no court costs, no community hours. And then to run concurrent with the CR 20-044-32D possession. Yes, sir.
Yes, Judge. The state recommend $250 fine, court costs, 1 year in Hidalgo County Jail, probably for 14 months, a drug education course, and 20 commissioner's hours.
Okay, on this one, no fine, no court costs, no fees, no community hours, and they're all going to run concurrent. Did you understand that, Mr. Bravo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you have a question, Mr. Bravo?
No, Your Honor, just asked that they were concurrent.
Okay, Mr. Mireles, all three cases are going to run concurrent, but there's only one fine and only one court cost for each case. Okay, sir?
Okay, sir.
All right, good luck with your probation, sir.
Thank
Have
you
a
very
good
much,
day.
sir.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, who do we want to bring
I think
next?
we have Mr. Andres Ramos that's here for Mr. Rene Flores
Okay.
on number 4. I don't know if that client is in his office.
Mr. Ramos, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Judge. He's not in our office. He did not log in yet? I know he has the information.
Armando Alanis?
No.
I do not see him.
If Your Honor could put us on recall, I'll get him on. He should be on, but if Your Honor
Okay.
can call us back,
Yeah.
I'll make sure to get on right now.
All right, give it a try. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Number 7.
Number 7. Number 7, Ms. Garza. Number 7, Ms. Cecilia Garza. And then we have
Good morning,
Ms.
Judge. Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm good. It's great to see you.
Great. Good to see you too.
Been too long.
I know, man. It's been too long. We forget people's name and all that kind of stuff. So we can't wait to go back. Luis Roberto Fierro, right?
Yes,
There
Your
he is, there in the
Yeah.
corner of the screen. He needs to unmute. It'll be a plea, Ms. Garza?
Yes, Your Honor. He's been accepted into the pretrial diversion.
Oh, he'll be placed on the PTD program with a plea. All right, Mr. Fierro, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You may put your hand down, CR 2103792D, Luis Roberto Fierro. Your charge here, DWI Class B misdemeanor. It carries a potential penalty of up to 180 days in jail and not more than a $2,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you're entitled to a jury trial. You're entitled to an appeal. Did you waive those two rights?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No, sir.
You understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendation when you give your plea?
Yes, sir.
And what is your plea, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
All right. State.
Yes, Judge. State offer plea document and offense report as State Exhibit 1, notification, certification of defendant right of appeal as State Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14, disclosure as State Exhibit 3, waiver of risk and need assessment as State Exhibit 4, PTD pack as State Exhibit 5. State would also request defense counsel to stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court, and to also stipulate that evidence has been filed sufficient to plead guilty.
Your Honor, defendant stipulates as so stated, and there is no objections to the exhibits offered.
And without objection, so admitted. However, at this time, the court will withhold any finding of guilt or innocence and will suspend any judgment whatsoever and will now place Mr. Fierro on the PTD program. And all we ask, Mr. Fierro, is follow the terms and conditions of this program, and we will set it for December 7th, 9 a.m. for status.
And Your Honor,
90
I'm sorry, we would
No.
request an order removing the Guardian interlock device.
It's not part of the program?
I mean, so that he can be on the mobile device, Judge.
Oh, yes. He's gonna go,
Right,
okay, that's what I
Yes,
heard.
we
Yeah,
just
mobile.
need that order.
Okay, we need an order for that. Ms. Ramirez, will you be writing us an order for that?
Yes, Judge, once he obtains the portable, I'll let the other vendor know that he's okay to turn the interlock in.
Okay, that's how it works then. You get first the mobile, then we'll turn off the other one, right?
Yes.
Right, okay. So we'll set it for status December 7th, 9 a.m. And hopefully we'll get a good report here on Mr. Fierro. And all we ask Mr. Fierro is follow the terms and conditions of this program. And hopefully sometime down the line, we will dismiss this case. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
All
Thank you,
right,
sir.
good luck with that. And Ms. Garza, good seeing you again and hear from you. Okay, ma'am?
Nice to see you, Judge. Hopefully you'll be in person pretty soon. Take care.
All right, have a great
May I
day.
be
Bye.
excused?
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, number 4, Mr. Ramos. I think his client might be under Vanessa.
Okay, all right. That explains something here. Mr. Ramos.
Is that him?
Okay,
Alanis?
okay, Mr. Lanis, or Mr. Armando Lanis, is that you, sir, right there?
Yes.
All right, good afternoon, sir.
How you doing?
Good, thank you, sir. It's because you're under Vanessa's iPhone, so we couldn't identify you. So now we know
Oh,
who you
okay.
are.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No.
Sorry about
Okay,
that.
no problem. We got you now. And it'll be a plea, Mr. Ramos?
Yes, Judge.
All right, and Mr. Ramos here, standing in for Mr. Rene Flores?
That's correct, Judge.
All right, CR 20-05-769D, Armando Alanis. Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may put your hand down. Your charge here is assault, class A misdemeanor. It carries a potential penalty of up to a year in jail and not more than a $4,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you're entitled to a jury trial, you're entitled to an appeal, and that you waived those two rights?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No, sir.
You understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendation after you give a plea?
Yes, sir.
And what is your plea, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
All right, state.
Yes, Judge, state offer plea document and offense report as Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant right of appeal as Exhibit 2, waiver of order 39.14 disclosure as Exhibit 3, waiver of risk and need assessment as Exhibit 4. State would also request defense counsel to stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court, and to also stipulate that evidence has been filed sufficient to cover plea guilty.
We have no objection that we so stipulate, Judge.
Without objection, so admitted. It'll be the judgment of the court. The defendant is guilty as charged. And a recommendation, state.
Yes, Judge, the state recommend $200 fine, court costs, 2 years deferred, the better intervention program, and the defendant just have no harmful contact with victim Vanessa Rodriguez.
Vanessa Rodriguez. No harmful contact, right?
Correct, Judge.
All right, so it'll be deferred probation. It'll be the judgment of the court that the finding of guilty and no further proceedings are hereby deferred in CR 20-5-769D in the case of State versus Armando Lanis. So it'll be deferred probation. Is that the understanding, Mr. Ramos?
That is the agreement, Judge.
All right. Any questions, Mr. Balanis?
No, sir.
Well, then good luck with that probation. Okay, sir?
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. You always be excused. Have a great day.
Thank you, Judge.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Okay, we have defendants Ricardo Montemayor and Emmett Aragus in the waiting room,
Okay.
but we're waiting for attorney Patrick Nitch. Mauricio Martinez will be standing in for Oscar Rene Flores. And we also need Mr. Carlos Ortegon along with his client.
So we're needing, actually.
We need 3 attorneys
That is correct.
and 1 defendant.
We're lacking 3 attorneys and we don't see him yet in the waiting room. So, let's
Mr.
go.
Nitch.
Okay, Mr. Nitch, already checked in.
So that would be number 5.
Number 5, Mr. Nitch. All right, and he represents Ricardo Bustos Montemayor.
the PT.
It'll be a PTD plea, right, State?
Yes, Judge.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Nitch.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Yes, sir, good afternoon. I think your client is connecting right now.
Judge, I apologize for not being online sooner.
Okay, no problem, sir. I just hope we can get your client connected there.
Right.
I think there he is. He just needs to unmute. Let's see. It'll be a PTD plea, right, sir?
Yes,
PTD
Judge.
plea, right? Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Montemayor.
Buenas tardes, Judge.
All right. It'll be interpreting. We're going to do some interpreting, Mr. Nitch.
Judge, I think he understands English.
Okay.
Español.
Okay, we'll do it in Spanish. We'll do it in Spanish. It'll be an extra sure charge we're going to do here, but we'll do it in Spanish. You know, the economy and everything. Well, anyway, please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
¿Juras que el testimonio que vas a dar es la verdad, solamente la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
Sí.
Yes.
You can put your hand down.
Puedes bajar tu mano.
CR 20-099-80 Dean Ricardo Bustos Montemayor. Your charge here, burglary vehicle class A misdemeanor. It carries a potential penalty of up to a year in jail and not more than a $4,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that?
En el caso tuyo, CR 20-09980D, el estado de Texas contra Ricardo Bustos Montemayor, te acusan de una clase A. Bajo la ley es no más de una multa de $4,000 y no más de 1 año en la cárcel. La pregunta del juez es, ¿comprendes eso? ¿Sí o no?
Sí.
Yes.
You understand that you're entitled to a jury trial, you're entitled to an appeal, and that you waived those 2 rights?
Comprendes que tienes el derecho de que un jurado oiga tu caso y también tienes el derecho de apelar, pero es correcto que tú has rechazado a esos 2 derechos.
Sí.
Yes.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
¿Alguna vez te han declarado que estés mentalmente incompetente?
No,
You
No.
understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendation after you give your plea?
Y comprendes tú que la corte no tiene que seguir la recomendación después de que tú te declares culpable. ¿Comprendes eso?
sí,
Yes.
You understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, that you plead guilty in your case may result in deportation, exclusion from admission to this country, or the denial of naturalization under federal law?
Y comprendes tú que si tú no eres ciudadano de este país y te declaras culpable, eso puede resultar en deportación, exclusión o que te nieguen la entrada a este país bajo leyes federales.
sí,
Yes.
And was that explained to you by your attorney?
¿Y eso se te explicó a ti por tu abogado?
sí,
Yes.
How do you plead, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
¿Y cómo te declaras? ¿Culpable o no culpable?
guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
En español,
¿Te estás declarando culpable libre y voluntariamente?
sí,
Yes.
Okay. And he'll be placed in the PT program, right, Mr. Nitch?
That's
sí,
correct, Judge.
Okay. That's why you have to plead guilty today, but hopefully the case will be dismissed later on, Mr. Montemayor. But for the purposes of the program, you do have to plead guilty. Okay, sir?
yes, yes, yes.
All right. State's evidence, Mr. Gwynn?
Yes, Judge. State offer plea document and offense report at Stage Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant right of appeal at Stage Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 3414 disclosure at Stage Exhibit 3, waiver of risk and need assessment at Stage Exhibit 4, PTD pack at Stage Exhibit 5. State would also request defense counsel to stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court, and to also stipulate that evidence is filed sufficient to culpably plead guilty.
No objections, so agreed and stipulated.
Without objection, so admitted. However, at this time, the court will withhold any finding of guilt or innocence and will suspend any judgment whatsoever, and will now turn to the PTD program or package, which has already been signed by everybody involved here, even the court. All we ask, Mr. Montemayor, is follow the terms and conditions of this program. And someday along the line, we can dismiss this case. Okay, sir?
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Now we're going to set it for a status hearing, 12/7, 9 o'clock. December 7th, 9 o'clock for a status hearing. Hopefully we'll get a good report, Mr. Montemayor. Okay, sir?
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Good luck with that program. Any questions, Mr. Mitch?
Not at the moment. I'll get it with my attorney.
Okay, very well. Then thank you all very much. You both may be excused. Have a great day.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye. Huh?
I have defendant Emmett Aragus in the waiting room. As we know, Mr. Oscar Rene Flores is in the middle of that murder. trial.
Oh, that's right. So who's going to stand in
So
for
I
him? Do we
guess
know?
we can, Mauricio Martinez, but he's also in second chair.
Oh, okay,
on that-
okay,
on
okay,
that
okay.
case. So I guess
Oh.
we can reset that one so he doesn't have to wait.
Yeah, is he in the? Yeah, we need to bring him in.
Let me just get a reset date.
Okay. right, I'm gonna bring in Mr. Aragus. Mr. Emmett Aragus. There he is. He needs to unmute. You need to unmute.
Can you hear me now?
Aragus. Yes, sir. I can hear now. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Now, your attorneys, Mr. Flores and an associate, are real
Yes.
busy right now doing a trial in court. It's a murder trial, so he's not available. He cannot do the plea here today. So, Mr. Rodriguez, we're going to reset your case for March 31st, 3 p.m. It'll be next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Not this coming Thursday, but next week.
Hopefully they'll be done with the trial.
Yes, hopefully they'll be done with the trial. It'll be March 31st, 3 p.m. Did you get that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do you may want to call their office and tell them that your case was reset for March 31st, 3 p.m. because the attorneys are doing a trial right now. So that'll do it. You're excused. Have a great day, sir.
Okay. Have a good one.
Yeah, thank you. Bye. All right.
Waiting for Mr. Carlos Ortegon
Okay, waiting for Mr. Carlos Ortegon.
and his client.
Okay, this is also reset to March 31, 3 p.m. He's got two cases. Oh, by the way, the cases I just talked about with Mr. Aragus, CR 2012 266D, CR 21 11 228D, both of them Emmett Jamal Aragus. Two cases would just got reset. And this to reset. Okay.
Waiting for Mr. Ortegon.
Waiting for Mr. Ortegon. It's the plea extension. So we're not going to be around. Right? All right, there's Mr. Ortegon. He's connecting. There he is. We just need to unmute. Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Ortegon. How you doing?
Good. Just here at the municipal court.
Oh, okay. You're here for Jose Antonio Dominguez, right, sir?
Correct. It's a plea and abstention, Judge.
Plea and abstention. That's what I just saw right now, right here. I was going to start asking all questions about your client, but it's going to be a plea in abstention. All the paper has been worked out and everything?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. He signed all the affidavit and all the papers. And did you get to review everything, Mr. Quinn?
Yes, Judge, and it'll be plead on one and dismissal on another one.
All right, let me get this one here. It'll be CR 21 05 140D, Jose Antonio Dominguez, and he's charged with DWI Class B misdemeanor. And once again, this is a plea in absentia, and court at this time will take judicial notice of the entire file, and will specifically admit all the paperwork, all the admonishments signed by and affidavits signed by defendant. And Mr. Gwynn, what is the evidence?
The evidence, State offer plea document and offense report at Stage Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant right of appeal at Stage Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14 disclosure at Stage Exhibit 3. State would also request defense counsel to stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court, and to also stipulate that evidence has been filed sufficient to court for plead guilty.
All
No
right,
objection, Your Honor. So agree stipulate to venue.
And without objection, so admitted. It'll be the judgment of the court that Jose Antonio Dominguez is guilty as charged in CR 21-05-140D. Recommendation state.
Yes, Judge. The state recommend $100 fine, court costs, 1 day in Hidalgo County Jail, credit for 1 day.
All right, court will hereby waive the fine and court costs 1 day for 1 day. It'll be a time served judgment. And then the other announcement, sir?
Yes, Judge. On CR 21-05-141D, that will be dismissed with the aforementioned plea, Judge.
Court will hereby dismiss CR 21-05-141D. Jose Antonio Dominguez. This case is hereby dismissed. Anything else, Mr. Ortegon?
No, Judge, that'll be all.
All right, thank you very much. Have a great day. Stay safe.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye. We're waiting on,
Sergio Munoz and Alex Munoz.
oh, okay. We're waiting on either Sergio Munoz or Alex Munoz, attorneys. Okay, who are you gonna give me? Mr. Alex Munoz? There he is. He's still on mute.
Morning, Judge. I mean, afternoon,
Yes,
Judge.
yes, sir. Good afternoon, Mr. Munoz. You represent Hector Well, first of all, court will continue here with the March 21st, 2022 docket. And now you have Hector Manuel Cantu, and he's got 3 cases, right, sir?
Yes, Judge.
And what is the announcement, or what did you want to ask the court?
Judge, we're gonna ask the court for consideration on his bond conditions. He is currently on AIP. He has a job waiting for him out of town. Right now, he's not able to work, and the AIP is getting expensive, Judge.
Needs to take off his cap.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, there he is, and he's got an AIP on. Let's see. Let me see.
I
For how
believe,
long? Yeah. For how long?
Judge, I believe the AIP, it was for 90 days.
Uh-huh.
On all three cases, Judge.
And he's had it for.
I believe since February 16th, Judge.
Judge, it was towards the end of February, I believe it was the 23rd, and he's had a positive drug test for cocaine. He's admitted to drinking, and he wasn't home when he was supposed to be, Judge, in the last 3 to 4 weeks that he's been on the program.
And you're gonna go work where? If you're taking all those drugs, how can you work anywhere? No, you need to unmute. I can't hear you. It is not looking good, Mr. Cantu.
No, am I allowed to speak?
Now, yes, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
Oh no, I came out dirty because that was when I was in the county. Like that was way before.
Where do you want to go work?
Oh, I work in the scaffold.
You're gonna fall off and kill yourself by taking drugs.
Oh no, sir, no. I don't do drugs like that, sir. No.
Judge, I was aware of the results, Judge. This is the first I hear of.
Well, for how long has he had it, Mr. Ramirez?
Judge, he's only been on it's going to be 1 month, 4 weeks this week, Judge. He started February 23rd, Judge.
Okay, it's denied at this time. Is that the only thing, Mr. Munoz?
Yes, Judge, that's all we had for today.
All right, your excuse. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Judge.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay.
Mr. Munoz, number 1. That's okay.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
Great. Pretty good, man. Just doing great. Trying to stay safe. I mean, from all angles, not just COVID.
We all feel the same way, Judge. We're all feel the same way. Yeah.
I'm just trying to avoid every missile that I can that is passing
Sometimes
by.
I don't know if I'm more of like Julio Cesar Chavez that likes to get hit, or I'm like the Mayweather that I just run around and tire him out and then wait for the chingazo. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean never mind.
The punches.
Yeah, no, off the record, right? I'm sorry. You don't have to translate.
Well, yeah, we're off the record, but we're on YouTube. Anyway, okay.
So you tire them out until they hit you, and that way you don't feel it as bad, you know.
That's right. You're numbed from now on. Your client is Juan Carlos Garcia.
Yes, Judge.
I don't see him on the screen or anywhere, but
yes, Judge. He's here in the office. Can I just
he's there with you? Okay.
So you can identify him, Your Honor?
All right.
He's right here.
All right. All right, there he is. Okay. And what's the question here, Mr. Munoz?
Judge, previously when it was his first offense, Your Honor, when he got arrested, when in April of 2019, when they had in August, as one of the conditions of the bond, they had asked that he get one of the mobile hole or interlock devices, Your Honor, that he's had since that time. It's my understanding, Judge, that he didn't have any violations, nothing. He complied with it. Recently, he was involved in an accident. They hit him from behind the expressway, so it messed up his vehicle, which was a vehicle where he had the device in. Because of the accident, too, he's also now finishing his paperwork to retire from his job because of the disability or because of the I guess the damage not only caused to the vehicle, but also to him personally, right, because of the accident. So I guess it's created a little bit of a hardship for him, not only the cost because of the disability, but also just continuing to have it, Your Honor. And he's had it, like I said, up until this time with no violations, nothing. I think initially we were going to do an MTS before the pandemic started, et cetera. But, that's kind of limited, of course, our ability to try to work to resolve it. So we were just respectfully asking the court if they would consider, modifying the conditions as to that, just to assist him a little bit more and on his case.
Okay, state?
Judge, state is supposed to remove the device because, this was a Class A DWI, Judge. And also, the incident arose from a traffic stop, but the traffic stop arose from defendant honking his horn, thinking someone was in front of him, but there was no one there. And I hate to think that, if he's going to drive and see, stuff or not see stuff, it'd be dangerous if he doesn't have a device, Judge.
Oh, okay. So basically it's because of a hardship case that the motion to modify is being requested.
Yes, sir.
However, let me see here, Mr. It is mandatory because it's a Class A. And I know it's a hardship case, and I know it's because of COVID and all that kind of stuff, and it's taking a long time. Mr. Munoz, did you say that you filed for an MTS?
Just initially, that's what we were going to do, Your Honor. And if the court just wants to, I guess, verify the information on the device, and I can work with the court on a date maybe, and that might assist us in trying to resolve it maybe a lot more efficiently.
I do receive his reports. He has had the device, Judge, and I do have positives back, the last one being back in July of last year, and in May, there was 2, Judge. Since then, it's been over 6 months. He hardly uses the vehicle. He might use it, turn it on maybe 4 or 5 times a day. So I'm not sure if he's driving that car or somebody else's car, Judge.
Okay.
Judge, and if I'm not mistaken, I know the state mentioned it was a Class A. However, I have it filed as a Class B.
I have a Class A.
Is that correct, Mr. Gwynn?
I have Class A right here.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know why here on the paperwork, on the commitment and all that, especially the discovery, it has Class B misdemeanor.
Let me take a look at what's changed real quick.
Okay, let's just verify that and then.
Yeah, even on the magistrate's warning, etc.
But it's his first DWI?
Yes, sir. But I can verify that, Your Honor, with the court and with Mr. Gwynn, and then
Mr. Munoz, I see that it was originally a Class B, but it was changed when it came to our office.
Okay, it was filed as originally as a Class B, and then it was changed for a Class A. All right. I remember that happening a few times in some of the cases. Well, Mr. Munoz, you want to set it for the MTS?
Yes, sir. I can go ahead and file that as soon as we finish here, and then we'll come back to the court.
If he can just call us once it's filed, and we'll give him a quick setting.
Okay, once it is filed, call us and we'll give you a quick setting.
Yes, sir. I'll go ahead and do that this afternoon, Judge.
All right. Thank you very much. Good seeing you again. And take care. Okay,
you
sir.
too, Judge. My big excuse to my client.
Yes, sir. You and your client may be excused. Have a good day.